FPL managers, what is up guys? Today we are looking at my amazing Game Week 17 results and how amazing my team is looking for Game Week 18. Let's get into the video. Now guys, you see in the title, okay? This is my best Game Week ever, and that is for two reasons. Number one is my Game Week 17 results. They are insane. And secondly, how amazing my team is looking, lining up for Game Week 18 with 4 free transfers ready to use at my disposal. You know, it gets pretty tasty. Looking at the results here, guys, we started off the game week with 31 points from 2 players because we were patient with Morgan Rogers and we held Isak through the tough times. Now, here's 2 reasons as to why this is special to me. Now, with Morgan Rogers, guys, we said this just last game week. And playing home to Man City, guys, of course, that's normally a red fixture, but at this stage in life, at this stage in the season, playing home to Man City is not even a red fixture anymore, and Aston Villa could come away from that game with a few goals. And it gets even better because 4 game weeks ago with Isak, I also predicted his fortunes. But even then, Isak has scored in so many hard games already, scored against most of the top 6, so I'm not really worried even when he does play the hard games, and I do think his ownership is going to be very high soon because his form is amazing and he's going to continue that form. He's going to keep it going. So as you can see, guys, I'm kind of cooking alright right now. You know, I'm doing quite well. I made some good predictions. We held on to Rodgers when a lot of people wouldn't have. A lot of people would have benched him. And we kept Isak through the tough times as well, like I said. So yeah, huge dub from these two guys. Thank you very much. That's Isak with 47 points in his last 4 games for me. Absolute hero. What I haven't been cooking with is my Arsenal triple up, who actually got me 12 points combined this game week, which isn't so bad. I mean, Gabriel lucky assist with 4 points. Havertz with a goal, even though it's only 6 points. He's got very low ownership, so it boosted me quite a bit, and Odegaard has blanked every single game for me since I've had him. He's not been doing too great for me at all. He's very lucky. He's got Ipswich at home next game week, or else he would be gone. The best thing about the Arsenal game though, and you know, I would never wish anyone to be in pain, I would never wish for anyone to be injured, but the best thing was the Saka injury. Like I said, I would never wish Saka any pain, but this one I did cheer for just a little bit. As for Sunday's games, we also popped off, guys. We got 2 clean sheets. We got a 6-pointer from Bassi because we got priced out of Robinson. Luckily, they both got the same amount of points. And we also got a huge 9-pointer from Sanchez. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot from these two, but due to such low ownership, right, these guys boosted me quite a bit. I say that, but Robinson had an effective ownership of 40%, which is kind of high, and a Fulham clean sheet actually helped out a lot of other people, so it was mainly Sanchez who got me these big rank games, okay, with 9 points. And then Salah finishes off the team with, you know, a humble 42 points, okay? Not too much, just a little bit, you know, doing Salah doing Salah things, basically. I do feel really bad for anyone that didn't have Salah captain. I mean, even for me, guys, this Salah captaincy haul only boosted me about 15k in rank because his ownership is so high, so I really feel bad for those guys, let alone the ones who don't even own Salah. I mean, I cannot imagine what your rank must be. You know, I don't mean to rub it in, but get Salah in your team. But anyway, yeah, guys, to all of you who gave me them big rank gains, thank you very much. Your contribution to the Green Arrow does not go unnoticed. We went from 183k overall with a massive whopping jump all the way to 67k overall. That's a big one, okay? That's the best game week I've had all season, leaving me with 106 points. Salah finishing off the game week by putting me in the 100 club. What an absolute legend. Now guys, we look at the Game Week 18 lineup. First thing you'll notice, the team looks insane, guys. With 4 free transfers in the bank, there's not many places I'd be looking to use it because my team already looks so damn good. I mean, there's a few dodgy players in here, but these dodgy players have a really good game week and it's not worth selling them for. Looking at the defence, everyone's got a decent chance of a clean sheet. I mean, Sanchez played home to Fulham. Yeah, it's alright. Sanchez can get me a clean sheet now and then. Gabriel, home to Ipswich, the easiest fixture of all time, has to be a clean sheet. Gvardiol's playing home to Everton. Now, we obviously know Man City are on the worst form of all time, so it may not be amazing. But Everton have had 4 0-0s in their last 6 games, so I'm kind of happy with how Gvardiol's looking right now. I do think the clean sheet odds are still going to be really high. And with Veltman, playing home to Brentford, it doesn't look amazing because Brentford are doing alright this season. But guys, newsflash, Brentford are 18th for attacking stats, expected goals, big chances when playing away from home. So Veltman and Brighton have a pretty solid fixture here, and a clean sheet is kind of likely. The 2 biggest clean sheet hopes I have are obviously for Gvardiol and Gabriel. Like I said, Man City aren't on great form, but the Everton home fixture is really good, especially for your defenders, guys. Into midfield, it only gets even stronger. Obviously, we've got Salah and Palmer. we're definitely going to be captaining Salah this game week. I expect everyone in the game to have Salah captain. Every active player will be having Salah captain. If they don't, they clearly do not take the game seriously enough, or not as serious as I do. And Cole Palmer, his effective ownership will actually be at a solid level, to the fact where it doesn't hurt my rank. He could actually be someone I could game from without having him as my captain. In recent game weeks, guys, Cole Palmer's been captained by a lot of players. So, for example, in game week 17, Cole Palmer actually negatively affected my rank, even though he was in my team. I don't expect that to be the case this game week. I think everybody's going to go with Salah. So basically what it means is Salah could get 60 points, and it really wouldn't even help me that much. Looking at Odegaard now, obviously we said he's been a huge disappointment, but now Saka is out, Odegaard is next in line for penalties. And like I said, easiest fixture in the game. Maybe with Saka being out, Odegaard could have a slightly better output, but it could also be slightly worse. So Odegaard is staying in my team for this game week, no matter how many points he gets. He is definitely going after this game week because, guys, the Arsenal fixture run after this one does get pretty hard. Not a lot of red fixtures, mainly just a bunch of mediocre fixtures that I don't want to own a mediocre player for. You know, he's not really proved his worth to me whatsoever. And Rodgers playing away to Newcastle, I may use a free transfer to bring someone better in and leave Rodgers on the bench, but there's no way in hell I'm selling him. So this is a tricky situation. Like, I'm a member of team never bench Rodgers, team never sell Rodgers. It doesn't sit right with me. I don't believe in it. So I'm kind of leaning towards benching Rodgers at the moment. It's making me question myself, you know, am I really a true member of the never bench, never sell Rodgers club? And I think I am, but we'll have to see how it goes. So yeah, we may have to bench Morgan Rodgers next game week, which sounds scary just saying it because he always punishes when loads of people bench him. Looking at the front line, it doesn't get any weaker, guys. We've got Isak, who, like I said, got 47 points in the last 4 games, which I predicted, by the way, you know. Don't want to toot my own horn too much, but, you know, I know my stuff. Playing home to Aston Villa is a really good fixture. The Aston Villa away defence ain't good whatsoever. I expect Isak, you know, if we're looking at the data of Aston Villa's defence and Isak's expected goal involvements, we're probably looking at another 2 goal involvements, guys. You know, I don't want to jinx it, but I think we just are. Another thing I want to do, guys, is I want to pay my respects. I want to say rest in peace to every FPL manager that sold Isak when he was playing home to Liverpool and looking likely to miss out on the game. That is when his good form started. That is when he really started to pop off. So yeah, guys, I do feel sorry for you, but it's your own fault. You know, if you watched FPL Bodies, you would have seen I said hold Isak. Then we got Havertz, who, you know, like I said, easy fixture, but probably getting binned off next game week, guys. You know, he's not been that good either. He's an 8 million player, which caps out at 6 points, never gets any bonuses, never gets more than 1 goal involvement in a game. So I'm not like massively happy with him. But, you know, if he gets a real big haul, maybe I'll hold on to him after this Ipswich game. Finally, we got Jackson, and I say this all the time I talk about Jackson. So consistent, scores in the easy games, scored in the hard games. Never a player worth selling, especially when he's on this really good fixture run. With Isak and Jackson, it's quite similar. Both their ownership is quite high now, so when they score, you know, it's not limbs, it's not amazing, but, you know, it's every little helps. So, you know, it helps a decent amount either way. We're going to be moving on to potential transfers now, guys. It's kind of boring. I'm going to be using one at most, and it will just be a cheap defender transfer. We'll be looking at selling Mazraoui because he's a disappointment, and we're looking to bring in a better cheap defender, but cheap defender transfers are kind of a waste of time, so I may not do it, but it's still on the cards. First one we're looking at is Munoz. Now, Munoz is real interesting, guys. Playing away to Bournemouth, I don't really expect a clean sheet from Crystal Palace, but it could happen. They're starting to play a little bit better. What I like about Munoz is he's got 1.4 expected goals in the last 5 games, which is insanely high for a defender. And across the entire season, he's got 2.8 expected goals, which is first for a defender yet again. So he's always an option. That goal threat is so tempting. Just to put it into perspective for you guys, Munoz has more expected goals this season than Kulusevski, than João Pedro, and Alex Iwobi. Guys, that is huge for a defender. These are big attackers. Well, not big attackers, but, you know, people like João Pedro and Kulusevski, they're solid assets. And you've got a player like Munoz, who's bagged 2.8 expected goals already this season as a defender, with the clean sheet potential, which is clearly there because Palace have kept a few this season. He's definitely a player you wouldn't mind having in your team. After that, we got a safer option, one I'm leaning more towards than anything. It's Huijsen from Bournemouth, guys, however you say it, I'm not too sure. 4.3 million defender, so kind of cheap. In the next 7 game weeks, he's got 3 solid clean sheet potential games, which isn't a lot, I know, but it rotates really well with my team. He's also got a little bit of goal threat, as we've seen. He's also got a little bit of assist potential as well, which is always a bonus, nowhere near as much as Munoz. But as we know, last game week and a few game weeks before that, he has scored a couple goals, so he knows what he's doing inside of the box. And the last one we're looking at, guys, is kind of just, now I'm thinking about saying it out loud, it already sounds bad, but Rico Lewis from Man City. Obviously, the Man City defence is bad, you guys already know all about it, but I can afford a Man City defender who's looking at mostly reliable minutes and playing home to Everton. I do believe that's a clean sheet. I'm not trying to jinx it, but I just do believe it is. And to get that double up on a Man City clean sheet is really tasty. And the fixture on after that, they've still got a few good games left, but the hope for those games in the future is not too high. So I'm kind of thinking long term or even medium term, is Rico Lewis actually the guy to go for? This transfer is the least likely, but I still really like the idea of it. It's tempting. But yeah, these are the only transfers I'm considering making at the moment, guys. My team is looking so solid. I've planned it so well. I feel like I'm rubbing it in a bit, but I am happy with what I've done so far. But yeah, the likelihood of me making a transfer is less than 50%. It's not looking likely. I probably will just stick it out with Morgan Rogers in my team because I am a true member of the never sell, never bench Rogers club. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of my moves. Do you think I'm making the right decision by maybe making just one transfer or making 0? Or do I need to make more? Let me know in the comments. If you did make it this far, you are greatly appreciated. And as always, I will see you all in the next video.